Yes, so if you are growing your own spiritual business, don't do it alone. Join us. Become part of the New Earth Initiative. We're all here to help each other. It's not easy out there, especially when the algorithm has so many guidelines in place to keep you suppressed and quiet. Hello and welcome, everyone, to episode 20 of Awakening to Ascension. I am your host, Alex Nelson, here with Jenee and Marlene. And today we are going to dive into personal businesses. So, Jenee is the founder of Soul Spark 1111. And I believe, this is correct, Marlene and Jenee work together with their Awaken Wave. And Marlene does Wild Woman Retreats, and I do Ascend Pathway, well, and Rising Phoenix Healing. So I want to kick things off with Jenee first, and will you please tell us about Soul Spark 1111?
Hello, everybody. So, thank you, Alex. I think it's so important that the listeners and the viewers actually know a little bit more about each one of us and what we actually do and what we offer and what we're about. So, Soul Spark 1111 was birthed because of the truth regarding awakening. So there are so many courses that one can do where you can, do specific modalities. You can become more knowledgeable on areas of your awakening journey. And I just found that it's not a course, awakening itself, it's a lifestyle. So, what Soul Spark 1111 is a lifestyle for humanity regardless of where you are in your awakening journey. You could be beginning, you could be in the middle, you could be really ascended. And I offer daily practices for everybody as a gift to everyone. And it's various modalities. So there are affirmations, there is yoga practices, there is light language activations, meditations, there are frequencies, and it's 6 specific practices every single day that will take you an hour maximum. Some days is much less, for you to align and to become one, not only within yourself, but also as a collective. And that's why it's 1111. It is an angel number, it is the manifestation number. And basically, at 1111, the goal is for all of us to be on the same frequency, practicing the same modalities every day, so that we are raising our frequencies as well as the collective raising their frequencies together. We will be able to be in rhythm with each other as well as the earth. So that is what Soul Spark 1111 is about. And I am also doing this in a way where I'm co-creating with other creators. So it's not only my practices that I share, it is a various number of individuals that are offering what they are very gifted in, so that this is a new earth initiative where we are working with one another. We are not working against each other. We are here to build each other, and we are not here to work for me. So that is what Soul Spark 1111 is. And I actually have started a membership per se with regards to it. So if you are interested in joining, not just as a viewer, as a gift from me to give to you, which I do wholeheartedly, but if you would like to support what I am creating, then you can find me on Buy Me a Coffee. as well as a Patreon account that I have created. And there are various options for you to either buy me a coffee, quite literally, or you can sign up. There are three different membership tiers that you can choose from. And I also work with individuals where I am able to take you on a self transformative journey. I work a lot with movement. That is my forte. And I am also very attuned to the healing of your inner child. So if you would like to work with me one on one, I do offer those services as well. But I'm going to hand it to Marlene so she can also tell us a little bit about her Wild Woman retreats.
Hi, thank you, Jenee. Hi, thanks, Alex. Wild Woman Retreats was born about 6.5 years ago, and it's all out of the amazement of know thyself and finding out more about who you actually are. We go through life being things for everybody else, except for ourselves a lot of the time as women. And what I try and figure with people in co-creation is to know thyself. So what happens is we go on journeys. I take them on soul journeys where we do outings and experiences to actually connect their souls to the place of beingness and co-creation on a different level. A lot of people go on crazy paths because they've been mothers for most of their lives. And when their children leave home, they ask, who am I? What am I doing? So they go into these conundrums and they don't know how to actually deal with putting their life together because they've never really just lived for themselves. They've lived for everybody else in the family. So Wild Woman Retreats is firstly going within and then going on a retreat into the world and finding the joy and the reckless abandon of being the woman that you actually are, the person that has given up so much of her life. And now she takes back her power and decides to find that goddess within. And that, in a nutshell, is what Wild Woman Retreats is all about. And I have a Facebook page, which has a beautiful following and amazing creations on the page.
Awesome. Thank you so much, both of you. So, oh yeah, go ahead, Janae.
So, Alex, just because you're busy hosting, you obviously can't just ask yourself, but can you tell us a little bit more about Ascend Pathways, please, as well as Rising Phoenix and who you are?
Absolutely. Thank you for that. I was gonna ask myself, I'm like, this feels kind of awkward. So I appreciate you doing that for me. So yeah, so I'm Alex Nelson. I am a light worker, starseed, indigo child. I have a mission. I came here to this planet to make a difference, and I've known this my entire life. I have shut this out when I decided I was not able to do that. Ended up taking a lot of drugs and a lot of self harm growing up, just trying to end things to get out of this world because it did seem too daunting for me. Had my awakening not too long ago, about over a year. Felt the support from the cosmos and like, Alex, you need to do this. And that was right around the time I was finishing up my certification in rapid transformational therapy, an incredibly powerful modality. See, like I've been addicted to drugs for 25 years, and in AA meetings, they always said that once you're an addict, you will always be an addict. There's no way to get over it. You're just going to have this for the rest of your life. I believed that until while going through this course, I discovered that that's not true. Um, I was able to get during it's like a hypnotherapy class. And during this, it cured my insomnia, my depression, my anxiety, my addiction. And it only took a few, like one session each, right? One session each to cure all these different things. So that changed my perspective on the world and like what we've been taught growing up. And then I realized that we need to make a big difference. I need to make a big difference. And I could heal one person at a time, which would be great, but I don't want to be another person that's out there just out for themselves, right? We've got a ton of practitioners that only want their own business to grow. Well, we all have the same goal in mind, right? We want harmony, balance, love, prosperity, peace for everybody. Why are we doing it all separately? So this is how Ascend Pathway was born. I decided that it makes more sense for us all to be working together since we all have the same goal rather than working for ourselves individually. And Ascend Pathway began with the intention of being like an umbrella company that has all these different other companies underneath where healers can find healing or find people that need healing, and we can all work together. Then I kind of realized that a lot of people don't like being under an umbrella, so I took that out of the equation and now just wanting to create partnerships with different companies and businesses that are in the holistic healing space. And so I've been able to find Marlene, Jenee, 50 other people that feel the same way about this and want to grow their own brands, but they don't want to do it all alone. So we're coming together and we're healing the world. We're like creating a better world for our future generations because it's embarrassing what was left for us. Like that's not okay. Like we don't inherit the world from our parents, we borrow it from our children. And they deserve to have a world where they don't have to fight to breathe, right? They don't have to fight to get safe water. They don't have to fight to be safe walking down the street. Like these things should just come to you as a human being. You shouldn't have to worry and fight so hard. Life's hard enough. We shouldn't make it harder for each other. Um, I think that's pretty much all I had for my stuff. You can find me at google.com/descend pathway. We're about to create a new Facebook page for all of us to kind of bring our followings together, and then we can have events separately. Um, Working together, we can be like collaborative or otherwise. Yeah, a lot of cool things are happening. Um, a lot of good things are happening in the world right now. A lot of things aren't happening that are, wait, hang on. A lot of things are happening that aren't great, but being able to see through those things and see that there is good is what we're here for. We're here to bring light into a world of darkness and to show you the way. Jenee.
And I just want to say something with regards to being able to work with others, coming from a space of having experience working with others, where it has been quite selfish. It's been a very much, how am I going to gain from this? Instead of how are we going to gain from this? So being able to work with so many individuals from not only where I'm from in South Africa, but from all over the world is just something quite remarkable. And for us to be able to come together the way that we have is unique. And as Alex said, he was born to bring a higher purpose to his life and the life of those around him here. And I feel the exact same. I've always had this calling, and it's become louder as I've gotten older. But it was also an uncertainty, as like I'm not quite sure how am I going to change the world? How am I going to do that? And it's becoming a lot more clearer with me because I'm in such alignment with source, which is myself as well as God. And I want to bring in Awaken Wave into that. But Alex, you can come in first before I go and get deeper.
Okay, yes, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that you mentioned. Yeah, so there's the aspect of working with people, and then you get to know them a little bit, and it turns out that like they ask the same question, "What's in this for me?" Like, "What's in this for me and me and me and me?" And like, listen, like that's a 3D mindset, right? Thinking for yourself is three-dimensional. I have put in over a year of my life, haven't taken a paycheck, worked about 8 hours a day for you, not for me. I haven't gotten anything out of this yet. Um, and then the other piece I wanted to touch on was that one left me, so I guess I'll let it get back to you, Jenee. I had two things, but one of them only came through.
Okay, well, if it comes back, just let me know and we can go straight to that thought. But I wanted to touch on Awaken Wave and the coming together of two souls, specifically that found one another again in this lifetime to bring a much larger change into the happenings of where we are right now as we stand as humanity in the times that we are living. And that is Awaken Wave. Now, this idea sparked from a conversation that we had with one another after we met. And you form your own practices through awakening, and you do your own thing, and you have what works for you specifically. And both myself and Marlene had put together very similar practices of how we worked through our awakening experience for ourselves. And what we have done is we have created tools. We've spoken about these tools in a toolbox before. You need these tools through your awakening to ground yourself, to center yourself, to understand yourself, and to also document your journey. And in doing so, what we have done, and I wanted to show you, those of you that are listening, you'll have to just go and watch the video version that is up on the school platform as well as the YouTube channels of Alex and myself. So what was created was a bullet journal. And in a bullet journal, for those of you that are unsure, it is, so I'm holding mine right here. Now you have to just excuse me because I am also known as Ladybug. And I opened it to this specific page right now. And what you do in a bullet journal is you document your practices. So you can do your meditations, your yoga practices, your breathing techniques, how much water you drink a day, how often you're sleeping. And what we've created is a journal that is combining the Gregorian calendar of 12 months with the lunar cycle calendar of 13 months, because we are again disconnected from each other as well as the earth. So we have aligned the journal with the rhythm of the moon and the earth. And what it is doing is bridging humanity into a journal that will be used where we operate with 13 months and 28 days in each month. We have coloring in, where it is therapeutic and it is grounding and childlike. And each month is themed to the moon that coincides in that month. There's wellness tracking, there's gratitude practices, and it is used as a journal. So it aligns with the Gregorian calendar. You can use it to write down what meetings you have, your to-do lists. You can write down journaling itself on those days. And we also have moon practices. So when it's a full moon and a new moon, you have your moon practices. And we have also integrated into the journal a workbook that is available free of charge. So if you're unable to purchase the journal itself, you can download the workbook, which aligns with that moon And in the workbook, we go a little bit further into detail with the rhythm of the planets and what it all means, why that's happening. And we go a little bit deeper into other practices that you can do, which align specifically to that month. And I think it's very exciting because it's something that has never been done before. And I found real peace in doing this for myself during my awakening journey, and to be able to provide it to others, especially after you've reflected on the year and how much you've transformed and how much you've changed, how much you've grown, how much you've released, how much you've brought in, is quite something. And I think, Marlene, if you want to tell others what other offering we also are going to be. And it's so funny because the synchronicity of all of this is so crazy, because our products are now live for you to order on our website, and you can go have a look. It's www.awakenwave.com, and everything that we have is on there. Okay, Marlene. Oh, you muted. Wait, she's coming. She's coming.
There we go. Hey, that was wonderful. Thank you, Jenee. Beautiful description. So I think for me, I would like to start off by saying, sometimes I am far too serious, and the journal has helped me to get back into my inner child and to play and to have fun and to remember those things that actually make life amazing on an absolutely everyday basis. And by having the journal and the cards, it's just one of those most beautiful, colorful things that bring me back to know that I am love, and with love, anything and everything is possible. And to co-create in the way that we do, to bring out the best in our human souls, and to know thyself with all of these practices that we do and that we are putting onto the platforms, is just the most magnificent thing. So our offerings are versatile and they're growing all the time. So stay tuned for everything that's about to unfold and transform in divine and perfect order. Jenee.
So, Marlene, you are so right. And when she said that they are still unfolding, because what we have on offer at the moment is called a Reflections and Rhythms Journal. It's a bridging journal. So the year actually starts in March, is when the earth wakes up from hibernation. And that is when the journal begins, but we've bridged the journal. So it has started from December 25th, and there are 3 extra months for those. So it's actually a 16-month journal, the first edition that we are releasing. And we are also offering what we call mindful moments, which are a deck of 52 cards, and they come in a silk bag. And all I'm going to do is just give you a sneak peek. It comes in a beautiful silk bag, and the reason why we chose silk, everything we do has purpose and meaning. And if you think of a silk worm weaves a cocoon around itself before it transforms and comes out of that cocoon, which is exactly what you do through transformation and awakening. So the deck of cards are for you to have reminders every single day. There are affirmations from very well-known individuals, as well as affirmations from myself and Marlene included. And it just brings you back to that now moment. That's why it's a mindful moment, because through the chaos, you need to have that tool to bring you back, and you may need an answer or a message that you need to receive in that very moment. So we do have those two products available, and we are busy working on another, which will be revealed shortly. So stay tuned.
Thank you so much, Jenee. Yes, so if you are growing your own spiritual business, don't do it alone. Join us. Become part of the New Earth Initiative. We're all here to help each other. It's not easy out there, especially when the algorithm has so many guidelines in place to keep you suppressed and quiet. So that's all the time we had for today. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment in the comments below if you have a business of your own and you'd like to help it grow. We'd love to assist you. If you have any ideas for topics, you can drop those in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.